It's just past Valentine's Day, Tiff. I guess my question to you is, what are fun gifts to receive on Valentine's Day?
Ooh. I mean, honestly, actually, the day that I truly celebrate is February 15th,
Hmm.
also known as the day that all chocolate is on sale,
Yeah.
and I can eat my feelings because probably going to be spending that one alone.
Chocolate's a good one, but in that case, because you can get it for sale, you don't want chocolate because you're gonna get it half off.
Yeah, exactly. And I will know that this person, probably got a discount off this. I mean, gifts to receive, like a V-Day specific gift. I don't know. Honestly, a good old classic, like some nice
Hmm.
flowers. I don't know. I'm not really a big V-Day person, to be honest. Rather just go out to eat, or I don't know. What do you like to receive on
I
your
f-
V-Day?
I'm also not a big V-Day guy, but I
Yeah.
feel like a gift for me would be like nice stationery.
Oh, okay.
I want to be able to write on stuff well and get good pens without any drip.
Wow, tell me you're Asian without telling me you're Asian. On that note, it is also, what just passed? The year of the dragon. Well, not past. We are in the year of the dragon. It was Lunar New Year a few days ago. Very big lucky year for us folks, they say.
Do you find that when it's the lunar new year of your animal that you have a better year?
No, they actually say that it's bad luck. You gotta. So anyone who was born this year, so anyone's having babies, make sure you give that babies lots of red diapers. Apparently, that's how you ward off the luck. You got to wear red or
Ah,
keep something red on you all the time. So,
interesting. I feel
yeah.
like maybe you can put red on your keychain, perhaps,
Yeah.
to ward off the bad voodoo.
Yeah. So, I guess on that note, the best V-Day gift is some red underwear. All right. Well, welcome to the So I Heard podcast hosted by Tiff and Dan. We're your eavesdropping friends that have been listening in to conversations from the streets of Toronto. We've been jotting down those prompts, and then every time we say, "So I heard," we'll be talking about all those overheard conversations and wondering where were they going? What were they talking about? We're totally unscripted and unhinged, so come join us.
So the first prompt of the day. So I heard you and him are tied to the hip.
Oh, sounds sexual?
It's very on theme with this Valentine's Day lovey weekend. You guys are like two peas in a pod.
Yeah, oh, that's very cute. I honestly, I know I said sexual, but I did immediately just go to sports day. Like they were just having a three-legged race. That's what I went to. 'Cause, wholesome brain over here.
Yeah, if you're doing a three-legged race, you want to find someone who's compatible size-wise, because the last thing you want is someone super tall and someone super small.
But I think they automatically get bonus points for having an extra challenge,
Mmm.
Like honestly, sports days, they could have gone way more intense, like introducing handicap scores and all that stuff to it. But you're right. Like I'm surprised that doesn't exist as a compatibility test. Like you just instead of going to couples counseling, just make them do a three-legged race.
That's it'd be very weird because like you'd have to find a place where like would you go and bombard another party that's doing like beach games to try this out, or are you doing this in like random streets across the city?
Even I feel like there's just going to be different levels, like different packages, all right? So we're
Okay.
starting this business,
Yeah.
right? Forget love doctor, forget couples counseling, forget I know therapy in general. We just have a three-legged race company and you have different levels of packages that you can buy, right? Like
Ah.
we can transport you to the beach. We also help you get over your rejection therapy. Like
Whoa.
full on, like you just approach a group of strangers and be like, yo, we need to figure out if we're gonna last forever, and we need to join your beach game, your three-legged race. Were they having a three-legged race competition? Doesn't matter. You doing this for love.
Yeah, are you having a corporate dinner? Are you having a wedding? Doesn't matter. No matter what the scenario, we are submerging, emerging. We're putting you in there, and you're having a three-legged freaking race.
Yeah. Get over everything. Figure out if you'll be in love. Are you soulmates? Get over your fear of the public. Agoraphobia, bye.
Communication issues. Are you able to bring up when you're stressed and frustrated? Three-legged race is the first level. Maybe the next level is the wheelbarrow, where the one person is walking on their hands.
Oh, and then they're tied to at the hip as well.
I guess technically you could be, right? The person who is holding the legs, you're just getting really close in your nether regions, and the other person's like on your hips.
Honestly, it's such a weird phrase because like being tied to the hip with somebody is like I don't know how you would even do that. Like physically, like you would need to like or like you, scratch the therapy business idea, Dan. Okay, we design pants, all right, that have a hook at the side, and then
Yeah.
you can just hook into each other because they
Oh.
really want to forget matching outfits.
Yeah.
You want to show your love, you get these hook pants.
I feel like even the with the hook pants 100%
Yeah.
because it's going to be a fashion statement soon. You know, this is we are so close. We're hooking up.
Talk about introducing new stages of dating. Are you hooking up physically or pants wise?
Yeah. But do we think the term uh, tied to the hip is that a good thing or a bad thing?
You know what? It is whatever you make it to be. I don't know if our listeners are still following along because I'm already lost about yeah whether this is a good thing or a bad thing. But I guess it just depends. What are you looking for in a relationship?
Yeah. Do you want someone who's dependent with you? Do you want a partner in crime? Do you want to be independent?
Or codependent?
Yeah.
And then once you realize you are, you can come to Tiff and Dance therapy.
our pants therapy leg race.
Yes, exactly. Because that sounds really healthy to get over your codependency. Pants that cause you to hook into each other and just forever three-legged races.
Yeah.
Forget talking about your issues. Solve it with the three-legged race. Well, so I heard those are souvenirs I definitely do not want.
Oh man. Are you someone who gets souvenirs when you visit a new city?
Yeah, being quite the sentimental chap that I am, I love getting a little souvenir. I actually do collect magnets when I
Oh,
go
very
places.
nice.
Yeah.
Is there ever a souvenir you look at and you're like, I am not getting those?
Honestly, I feel like anything that is just I'm trying to think of some recent souvenirs I saw like oh like a fan with like
Mm.
the country's thing on it where I'm like I don't get how this is related to anything. Trying to think of some universal keychains. I don't
Keychains.
know why how many countries of keychains you need.
Yeah. I guess with the fan too, or whatever you get, it's like, are these items that I use on a daily or weekly or monthly basis? Because
Yeah.
like a magnet, it hangs up, you see it every day.
But also subtle, I don't even put them on the front of my fridge. I put them on the side.
Ah.
Trying to like keep my tackiness away from, when you first meet me and walk into my house and judge me. So
Yeah, yeah. You don't want this to be like the first impression. This person loves magnets.
yeah, no, just that reveals itself later. Yeah,
Yeah.
along with the hook pants.
Yeah, yeah. Hook
Yeah,
pants are in the closet, third drawer. I think with souvenirs for me, I like to get them too because it's like you want something to remember a part of this trip or this memory. But whenever you walk in downtown Toronto, sometimes you see those souvenir shops where it's like a snow globe or it's like a polar bear. I feel like these are the gifts that I would say no to. They are gonna sit on my bed or my bedside table, and then sooner or later it collects dust and I toss them.
yeah. Honestly, just having something physical to remind you of your trip, like it just like I get it. We got digital photos and stuff, but it's sometimes nice to just have something physical to remind you of it, Or like I don't know what's wrong with the snow globes. Maybe you do want that. Like if I went to Antarctica, I would like a snow globe
Yeah.
of myself puking all over the Drake Passage.
Those are fun videos to watch on TikTok. The Drake Passage when
Yeah.
people are on the cruise. I guess it would really have to depend on the context. Like, where am I at? Is there some kind of significant relevance to, like, if I'm in Japan, maybe I get like origami that's like made of glass potentially, or like, it's. I guess it really depends on where you are and what they have to offer.
But it's okay. Like I know I'm the one who's collecting magnets, and I am that cheesy person that the target audience towards. But it's funny that that is a universal souvenir. Like, also, why are we just getting souvenirs for trips? Maybe I would love a souvenir after a great party,
A great meal.
a great meal. That meal wasn't enough. I want a I want a magnet of this meal.
It's like when restaurants sell like T-shirts and stuff. It's
Yeah,
like sometimes you like In and Out, especially in the States.
yeah.
You go. Sometimes you get that little hat, that paper hat that you make, or they have In and Out T-shirts. I'm totally a sucker for it.
So this guy definitely has a drawer of paper hats from various restaurants.
Just Burger King.
Okay, so to answer your question, I would definitely not get a T-shirt or anything from somewhere. Like I don't need to wear and tell people where I've been. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's not like these hookup pants where it's this is for that serves a purpose.
Yeah, I want to tell people who I'm obsessed with and codependent with. Like, might as well wear that on my pants. Forget wearing that on your sleeve, wearing that on your pants. We're right back at the hookup pants. I think we got something going on here.
It's these hookup pants have to be red as well, because then we're talking about like an additional market. It's your year, Lunar New Year. You're gonna have shit
Yeah.
luck. Now you're gonna have red pants help you for everything.
Again, maybe you want a souvenir of the hookup, and you get hookup pants.
Now, if let's say it's a bad hookup, do you still want a souvenir? Because it's memorable because you'll talk about it in stories potentially. But would you want a physical thing to remember a bad thing?
Oh, good point. You know what? Like, are those memories souvenir enough?
Oh,
Oh.
that's super philosophical.
Yeah, or like, why not get a tattoo to
Yeah.
remind yourself to not hook up with this person again?
No Gerald's ever again,
Oh, we apologize. No Geralds were harmed in the making of this
Yeah.
podcast, or have been hooked up with.
Yeah, no Gerald's on my end. No Jerry's, no, no J.
I think that's all the variations
I
of
was gonna
that
say
name.
J names, but Gerald's with a G. So
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like a GIF. It could be a Gerald
Oh
kind of
yeah.
GIF situation. You know what? I would love hologram souvenirs. Like you could just okay, now I'm fully going into Elon Musk Neuralink
Yeah,
territory
yeah.
here, but like a little like a hologram vision of of my trip.
Yeah, or like if we're talking about Harry Potter world, when you get like a little teardrop and when you put it into like a little face
Do not invite this guy to your next Harry Potter trivia night, folks.
or even like with the new release of the Apple Vision Pro, if you could save.
But do invite him to your next Apple
Yeah.
fanboy convention.
That stuff is like 2K or something, but like
Yeah.
if you can like project a memory through your eye goggles,
Yeah.
like that's pretty dope.
Yeah. But you know what we haven't discussed yet? I want to know what were those souvenirs that this person didn't want. Like we talked about what we didn't want. I don't know. Where were they going? Like I don't know what souvenirs
Yeah,
that they
it
don't want.
it sounds like we don't want T-shirts that say "I've been to Poland,"
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
Poland tea.
Yeah.
Um, I don't think I want any food related porcelain figures, maybe things.
Okay, what are your thoughts about getting people souvenirs from your trip?
I think that's fun because that means you took the time out of your own day to gift a friend or partner
Or
or
do we
loved one.
think that's like, look at me, look at where I've been and you haven't?
Ooh, very gloaty.
Yeah.
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 Ah. it depends. Depends on how much it was. If it was super cheap, then I could be like, I've been to Poland. You haven't. I also bought you this gift that's
Let me give you
$3.
more garbage to put in your house. Let me give you a fan that you won't even use because it's winter in Canada.
Yeah. And you have fans at home
Yeah.
and central air. But I thought about you, and now you have to gift me something next time you go.
Yeah, and I will be pointing it out every time I come into your house and I don't see that paper fan that says Madrid on it.
Yeah, then we're not friends. If I don't see it, not friends.
Yeah.
So I heard you're slumming it here for 2 nights, not 4.
Sometimes, just I guess breaking the fourth wall here. Sometimes the prompts and the conversations that you choose to bring up during our podcast just really get me. I mean, I'm happy for this person that they're not slumming it for 4 nights.
Yeah, and I think it's also like slum. I usually when you think of the word slum, you think of slum lords, like, or at least for me, is this person staying at a venue that's so bad? Like, what would you qualify us like you're slumming it for a night? Like, how bad do the conditions have to be?
Okay, I mean, it is all relative. I just also immediately went to, we're talking to people with fuck you money, and their version of slumming it is like, they're only at a 4 star, not a 5. They did not get the private suite. They had to stay in a measly, king size bedroom. No living room involved,
Yeah,
really
yeah,
slumming it.
yeah. No kitchen. It's just a bed and a TV, maybe a desk.
Yeah. And that TV is only 4K. It's not like whatever is higher than
Yeah,
that these days.
there's no hologram. It's not coming out at you. It's not
Yeah.
3D.
There's
Um,
no private butler service.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
There's no bidet.
Yeah. No bidet.
I would love a bidet. I've only
um,
experienced a bidet once. It was magical.
if Dan's partner's listening, yeah, I think you got your V-Day gift right over there. Get a red one though.
Yeah, that hooks into your underwear
Yeah.
as you can't let go. But for me, like slumming it now that I've experienced the king size bed in a hotel, anything below a king size bed is
Well,
slumming it.
especially if you're in a hotel, like that's the
Yeah,
whole point.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
I feel like if it's a motel and it has one of those things where you can put in coins to make your bed rumble, 5 stars
I'm
immediately.
concerned that you've experienced this
Yeah.
and why.
I fun facts like growing up whenever my family would travel we do motels 50% of the times. It's not that bad. It's
Honestly, they get a
uh,
bad rep, but it's just a difference of one letter, So,
yeah,
or did we think that this person just simply meant they were slumming it because they had to visit Toronto? That's rude. We're a world class city full of people talking about nonsense.
yeah, we're the Canadian New York here, like we are, or at least that's what people say, I think.
I have heard that. Heard that. I mean, I've also heard us being referred to as the Six.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. You heard of that person? Huh? Person. We Canadians are a friendly folk.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's we follow the sixth god. I believe it's the same person.
Could be. I do love the Beebs.
The
That's
Beeps.
exactly who we're talking about.
Yeah, yeah. The Beeps was here recently. That's a little pulp culture news. He did his first concert in 2 years. That's
Yeah,
fun.
yeah. It was 4 songs, but yeah, we'll call it a concert.
Yeah. They were slumming it.
Yeah, they were slumming it.
4 songs instead of normal 10.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, if you're looking to not slum it, any hotel in a downtown city, this is not a sponsored response. Sponsored response, but
Yeah, I think they would serve you well. But honestly, I would agree with this person. I think 2 days is the slumming threshold.
yeah.
If we had to draw a graph where happiness and and comfort doesn't matter which one's on the X or the Y, but there is a certain point where the curve happens of
Yeah.
slumming and versus not slumming. Let me throw some more math stats terms that make no sense
Yeah, this is
out
like
there.
the not the what are the charts that Venn diagram, the
Yeah.
two nights is when your happiness coexists. Anything beyond,
Yeah, there's an immediate drop off after that. Yeah,
hundred
where
percent.
it fully enters the slumming threshold, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we are never aiming to be at the slumming threshold, but
No. Yeah. But on that note, get that on a magnet. I came to Toronto and all I got was a magnet that says not slumming it.
yeah, subscribe at anywhere you can listen to podcasts.
And find us on Instagram.